What's up, everyone? I'm Coach D. So, Elon Musk called Senator Mark Kelly a traitor. Mark Kelly posted on X something about visiting the Ukraine and how we should be giving weapons to them to help them out in this war against Russia. And Elon Musk responded, "You're a traitor." And so Elon Musk was on Bret Baier's show recently, and he was asked to explain himself about that. And I want you to watch this video. But while you're watching this video, I have to point out that Elon Musk is basically nothing but an internet troll who happens to also be a billionaire who bought access to our president. And this is why he gets to call a decorated veteran, a current member of the Senate, a traitor, and get interviewed on Fox News about it. I mean, watch the interview, watch his response, and just let me know, am I the only person who thinks it's pretty damn weird that a foreign civilian is being interviewed by Fox News because that guy is a billionaire who bought access to our president and is calling our decorated veterans, members of our Congress, traitors?
Give it out, in other words. Democratic Arizona Senator Mark Kelly posted on X about his trip to Ukraine to push for continuing to send U.S. weapons and support there, and you posted that he was a traitor. Well, why do that?
Well, I think somebody should care about the interests of the United States above the interests of another country. And if they don't, they're a traitor.
Yeah, but he's a decorated veteran, a former astronaut, a sitting U.S. senator.
It doesn't mean it's okay for him to put the interests of another country above America.
Obviously, there are some Republicans who think supporting Ukraine is the right thing still, but there is a battle back and forth about how do you think it comes to an end?
Well, I think there will be a negotiated peace, and the thing that we should be concerned about is we should have empathy for the thousands of people that are dying every day in trenches.
And his explanation is almost as absurd as he is. His explanation is that because Mark Kelly is saying that we should be helping out Ukraine, one of our allies, he's a traitor. And he's saying, because he's saying that, he's putting the interests of another country above our own interests. He doesn't say that about the money that we funnel to Israel. If going to another country that's being attacked by one of our adversaries, going to that country and seeing what's going on and saying, hey, we should be helping this country, makes him a traitor, what does it make Donald Trump, Republicans who also want to fund Israel in their wars? The explanation is absolutely idiotic. But I just want to make sure we understand something here. And I want to make sure I'm not just weird here. But Elon Musk is barely an American citizen. He has dual citizenship or 3 citizenships or whatever. But he was born in South Africa, maybe, or whatever. That's where he's a citizen of. He's just a billionaire. Like, he is nothing but an asshole who is a billionaire who bought access. The reason why he's being interviewed is because he's a billionaire that bought access. If I go online and call a Democratic senator a traitor, no one cares because I don't have billions of dollars and I didn't buy access to the president. This guy is just a civilian. We're watching a civilian who bought so much influence into this country. His opinion now seems to matter. Fox News and MAGAs and Republicans and Donald Trump has made Elon Musk's opinion matter because he's a billionaire. That's freaking weird. That just tells you something right there. Like, this guy has more influence right now than the vice president of the United States. He has more influence right now than the Secretary of State, the head of the DOJ, the head of the CIA, the head of the FBI, and everyone thinks it's okay for one reason only. And that reason is he's a billionaire who bought access. And so Mark Kelly was asked, what did he think of Elon Musk calling him a traitor? And personally, I respect Mark Kelly in a lot of ways. But personally, I think we need to be less nice. I think we need to call it like we see it. I think his explanation is great, and I think it is an explanation one should give if they are a sitting senator and a decorated veteran.
Defending, calling you a traitor, making his explanation. At this point, what do you say?
Well, I don't even know if he deserves a response, but what I will say is that I've spent an entire career standing up for our country, defending our country, flying in combat over Iraq, flying in space on the space shuttle, serving in the United States Senate. My entire life has been about serving this country. And I always stand with the best interest of our nation. And I will tell you this, Aaron, standing with our allies and standing up for democracy is in the best interest of the United States. And when you consider, who is Elon standing with at this point? A bunch of billionaires? It seems to me that some folks in the administration sort of switch sides here. I would put Elon at this point in the category of being much closer to Russia on this issue, this specific issue in a war against with one of our allies against one of our adversaries. I want this thing to end as much as anybody. But he throws this traitor word around, at least with regards to me, fairly freely. I don't think he's a serious guy, and he hasn't given this a lot of thought.
And believe me, I think that was a great answer. If I had to translate, or if I were given the opportunity to answer that question myself, I think it would go something like this. Fuck that guy. Who are we talking about here? Who are we talking about here? We're talking about a billionaire who bought the president? I fought for the country. I flew on freaking spaceships for this country, and now I'm a senator for this country. I don't need to explain how I'm not a traitor. That guy should be explaining how he's not a traitor. He bought access to the president. Why are we even talking about this guy? If this guy wasn't a billionaire, we don't even know who he is. He's just an internet troll. That's all he is. The guy is an internet troll who bought a social media platform so that his trolling would be basically amplified by the president and by Republicans. Again, Elon Musk right now has more influence than anyone else in this country outside of probably Donald Trump himself. And that's barely, if it even exists. But right now, we have an internet troll. Take away the $1 billion. Take away the fact that he's a billionaire, and all he is an asshole internet troll, and now his trolling is amplified because he's a billionaire who bought that amplification from our freaking president of the United States of America. This shit is freaking crazy. This is weird. And in no other time have we ever had a civilian sit down with Fox News or any news network to explain or to give, their opinion on shit that no one would care about if they weren't a billionaire. This is where we are in the country right now. And Mark Kelly said it also. He said, this is not a serious guy. He's not a serious person. Unfortunately, we have to take him seriously because of the influence that he paid for. This is where we are in this country. We will never see anything like this again. We will only see this because Donald Trump was voted in as president. That is why we have a multi-billionaire whose opinions now matter, whose explanations now matter, whose trolling now matters, because he bought all of that. Do we really understand how crazy and dangerous this is for this country? Period. Hey, if you like my content, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, check out the merch at leftlaughs.com. As always, I appreciate you guys supporting my channel.
Don't want no enemies or ops. Envy in they heart, I tell them stop. Vacation on the yacht.